Hello, students. Welcome to the next chapter, The Voice of the Rain, a piece of poetry by Walt Whitman. I am here Rajesh Kumar Singh from Divine Public School, Monapur, Gorakhpur. Students, let's proceed on the poem. Before the poem, let's know something about it. The poem The Voice of the Rain is composed by Walt Whitman. In this poem, the rain takes the form of human being and answers the poet's question. In this poem, in this poem, poetic device personification has been used by the poet very skillfully. When non-living things take the form of living things or human beings, such type of poetic device is known as personification, and this device has been used by the poet very skillfully. The poem is a conversation between the poet and the rain. The rain gives a detailed explanation. The rain gives a detailed explanation of its journey to the earth from its birthplace. The rain calls its journey eternal, that is, a never ceasing process. Students, let us have the summary of this poem, The Voice of the Rain. In this poem, the poet asks the soft falling drilling of the rain, "Who are you?" To which the rain replies in a strange, unexpressible to the world language that she is poem of the earth. It tells the poet that she can't be touched as she rises up in the form of water vapor in the sky from the land and from the fathomless sea. It changes its shapes, yet it remains the same. The rain, which takes birth in the form of water vapor, takes its change takes changes its form, yet it remains during the it remains the same during the process of change. The water vapor changes into clouds due to condensation. It falls down on earth to water the drought infected area, to wash the air particles of the earth's environment, and thus beautify and purify its own birthplace, that is, earth. It helps the seeds to grow, otherwise, they would remain latent in the earth. And thus, the rain provides life to the earth by performing its duty continuously day and night, and make this earth pure and beautiful, which is its motherland, that is, birthplace of the rain. The rain doesn't care whether anybody regards his work or not. It only performs its duty with constant mind and then comes back its home. The poet compares the rain with the sun, as both have similarity in their journey. As the song originates from the heart of a singer, travels to the audience, satiates them, and comes back to the singer with expected love. Students, now let's have explanation paragraph wise or stanza wise. stanza wise explanation. As in prose we have paragraph, and in poetry we have stanzas. Stanza first, reading. And who art thou, said I to the soft falling shower, which, strange to tell, gave me an answer as here translated. I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Eternal I rise, impalpable, out of the land and the bottomless sea. See the words of this paragraph. Who art thou? Thou is the ancient use of second person pronoun you. Thou means you. Who art thou means who are you. Shower means rain. Strange to tell means unstable or beyond the words. Everything cannot be expressed in words. The poet wants to tell everything cannot be expressed in words. Here is double meaning of this word as strange to tell. Two conditions may be. One thing, if the poet tells that I have talked with the rain, people are not going to believe it. And saying that I have talked and the rain responded to the poet in such and such language, then it becomes the piece of imaginations, 100% imagination. One point. Second point, strange to tell means the language of the rain was very wonderful and such that it cannot be expressed in words, only can be felt. And the poet felt the expression of the rain and finds himself unable to choose proper words for proper expression what the rain told him. Thus, he produces the translation of the expression of the rain, which she responded to the poet. Okay, so here I have derived the second meaning, that is the language in which the rain responded to the poet. It was very strange, it was beyond the expression in words. Therefore, the poet produces here translation of it. Eternal. Eternal means everlasting, means never ceasing, never stop, continue for all time. This is eternal. As the process of rain is eternal, continuous, as the process of heating the water bodies, taking form of vapor, changing the form of clouds, raining, again taking the form of vapor. This is eternal process. The rain says that I am the part of eternal process which can never be stopped. So here eternal means everlasting, never ceasing. Impalpable means impossible to touch or impossible to feel physically. Okay, impossible to touch or feel physically. This is called impalpable. Bottomless means very deep. Now, students, you can understand bottomless means when we are going to measure the depth of the sea, we find that it is so deep that it becomes very hard for the divers to reach to the bottom. And sometimes we say it is bottomless. So here, very deep. And the other meaning of bottomless means fathomless. Fathomless means very deep and can't be measured. Fathom is the unit of measuring the depth of water. Fathom is the unit of measuring the depth of water and equal to 1.8 meter. Okay, and in 1 meter 80 centimeter. Now let's see its explanation. In this poem, the poet interacts with the rain and asks whether who she is. The poet interacts. Interacts means talks, talks with the rain and asks with what she is or who she is. In this way, the poet wants to understand the poem, understand the rain. He interacts and asks her who she is. The soft falling drizzles of rain reply to the poet in a strange voice, which he considers unspeakable to the others. The poet finds the answer of the rain strange beyond the exact words. He gives here the translation of her answer. She tells the poet that she is the music of life, poem of the earth. She is music of life, poem of the earth. The rain tells the poet that she emerges from the fathomless sea and other water resources on land. She rises up continuously without ceasing in the form of water vapor, unseen, untouched to the sense organs. Students, let's proceed on paragraph second, that is stanza second of the poem, The Voice of the Rain. Upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed, altogether changed and ate the same. I descend to lave the dross, atomies, dust layers of the globe, and all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn. Now see some words related to it. To heaven means to the sky, towards firmament, towards sky. Whence, to where. It shows a point. Whence, to where. Vaguely formed means condensed into clouds. Clouds are the form of condensed water vapor. And now they are seen. Okay, so here vaguely formed means condensed into clouds. To lave means to bath, to be purify. To bath or to purify. Droughts, area with less or no rain. There are certain area on earth where there are very less rain or receives no rain. Such area are called drought infected area. Okay, and time beings, as in the here in India in the month of April, May, June, the condition of earth becomes drought conditions. There is no water, there is very less water, and the lakes, reservoirs and other bodies go to dry and produces a sense of drought, and at the time rain comes and fulfill the need of earth. So droughts means area with less or no rain. Dust layers of globe means air sphere around the earth. You can say atmosphere. I have used the word air sphere around the earth in the form of layers. Latent, laying in deep sleep and inactive, not showing action. Let's have explanation of this paragraph. The rain tells the poet that she takes birth from the water resources on land and from the bottomless sea in the form of water vapor. She moves upwards high in the sky where she takes the form of clouds after the condensation in air's layer or in higher layers of air. Here, her form, her body is changed completely, yet it remains the same. It is just as the soul changes its body form, yet it remains the same, an eternal spirit. The rain tells the poet that after the birth and developed in the form of clouds, I come down to the earth to water the drought affected land, purify dust particles of earth, and to wash the layer of air, that is, atmosphere of earth. The rain tells the poet that without her, there would be no origin of life, whether on land or in air. The rain tells its importance to the poet that there is no life without her, whether it is on land or in air. The seed of life remains seed only, latent, inactive, and unborn without her. Students, let's go on. Paragraph 3rd. Reading. And forever, by day and night, I give back life to my own origin and make pure and beautify it. For song issue from its birthplace after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns. Now, let's see the paragraph. Some words. Forever means always, for all time. Issuing means coming from. Issuing means coming from. Wrecked means cared, regarded, or counted. Unwrecked, uncounted, uncared. Explanation of this paragraph. The rain tells the poet that sea is the foundation of life on earth, which is her birthplace. The rain is the very foundation of life on earth, very base of earth, and the earth is also the birthplace of rain. She performs her duty day and night with constant mind. While performing her duty, she has no expectation. She performs her duty tirelessly by all the 24 hours and gives life to the earth, the place of her own birth. The place of her own birth. The rain makes the earth's environment pure and beautiful. The poet compares the life of rain with the singer's life. As the song originates from the heart of a singer, wanders to the audience, satiate them, that is, satiate or satisfy their feelings and emotions, and comes back to the singer with expected love and peace. Though the true singer doesn't mind whether his song was counted or not counted. In the same way, the rain rises up continuously in the form of water vapor, condensed and rains on earth tirelessly. Thus, it satiates the earth and its beings. It attachless in her action. There is no attachment in the action of the clouds. It performs its duty with constant mind, with selfless action. She comes back to her origin without thinking that the world cared her work or not. When she returns to her origin, enjoy the peace of love resulted by the action performed selflessly. Students, Let's have some evaluation questions for you. You can find the answers easily from the third stanza. How does the soft falling rain answer the poet? Question number second. From where does the rain emerge? Third. Why does the rain say, I am the poem of earth? Question number 4. Where does the water vapor change its form? Where does the water vapor change its form? That is in the form of clouds. Why does the rain come down on earth? Question number 6. What will happen to the seeds when there is no rain? And question number 7. Why does rain give her life to the earth? And question number 8. What is similarity between rain and a singer?